The Wellhead Protection Committee is a body that enforces our wellhead protection ordinance. My name is Rick Soleil. I'm the Director of Public Services for Plainfield Township. I am a member of the Wellhead Protection Committee. Work actively with the plant to do some inspections, to do some enforcement on things that we find that are potential hazards to our wellhead.
What the Wellhead Protection Committee does for the public is helps to protect the water for any incursions of any pollutions. We have a 10-year time of travel, and our wellhead protection goes out from our wells about as far as water can travel, about 10 years, and we try to protect that area against any spills. We inspect businesses, we check some households and make sure there's nothing there that can potentially pollute our water.
Basically what this shows the kid is if you spill something or pollute, how long it takes to get into the groundwater. We want the kids to understand that groundwater is always moving. Okay? When you spill something on the ground, it doesn't just stay there. It moves across the water table because the water's always moving. If we spilled something on the ground up here, you could see right away that the contamination is going to spread, and it's going to spread right to this lake here. So we can just pretend that somebody spilled some gasoline on the ground near this lake here. Well, eventually that contamination is going to percolate down into the ground, and it's going to start heading towards our lake. There's some people that have wells around the lake here, and eventually their water quality might change. Things like taste, odor, appearance. Those are the things that we want people to look for, so that they know that there's something different about their water, and they would be able to go and investigate it or call us in the water department. Being in an unconfined aquifer up here, everything that happens on the ground happens really fast to these shorter wells, but a lot of times people had deeper wells, and the common thought was always to go deeper. Well, a lot of these wells were undocumented. A lot of them got broke off up at the ground, and so you have a straight pipe down into this protected aquifer. So when it rains, contamination can get down straight into these deep aquifers. And then you can see how it moves across. So this person over here that would have lived by that number 6 well, they're going to eventually see a difference in their water. It may taste different, it may look different. Now there is things that they're doing in science right now that if we realize that there's contamination down here, they could put a well there, suck the water out, treat it, and put it back in the ground. And that is some things that they're experimenting with. That's expensive, and you can see that it doesn't get all the contamination. Another thing they're experimenting with is putting microbes down into the ground that can eat contamination. These things are all far less than desirable. The idea is to keep the ground clean, keep our groundwater safe.
People can try to keep poisonous substances, any kind of pollution out of the water by making sure that they recycle their home products. There's places to do that. County especially, they have recycle bins and things like that. That's probably the best way they can protect. And you know, the way to keep pollution on the ground is to keep it out, not try to get it out later. It's very expensive to get it out later.
People can do is know and learn that what is below their feet is the water that we use to serve Plainfield Township with water.